You know, one of the most powerful things Neville Goddard ever said was, "To desire a state is to have it." It sounds simple, almost too simple, but hidden in that one line is the whole secret of manifestation. Think about it. How many times have you felt a deep desire for something? Love, success, financial freedom, a beautiful home, and immediately told yourself, "Others may have it, just not me," or "I don't have it yet." Neville taught that the moment you desire something, you actually already have it, not in the physical sense yet, but in consciousness, which is the only true reality. Desire isn't life teasing you with something out of reach. Desire is life showing you what's already yours, what's waiting for you to claim in imagination. It's not a sign of lack. It's an invitation to step into the state of already being, already having, already fulfilled. In this video, we're going to talk about what that really means, how to understand it, how to feel it, and most importantly, how to apply it. Because once you realize that your desire is not a problem to fix, but a promise being delivered, your entire approach to manifesting changes. By the end of this video, you'll see that you never have to chase your desires again. You'll learn how to move from wanting to having, from imagining your dream life to actually living it effortlessly. So, take a deep breath, relax, and let's explore what Neville really meant when he said, "To desire a state is to have it." When I first read that, I honestly didn't get it. I thought, wait, what? If I'm desiring something, doesn't that mean I don't have it? That's how we're all trained to think, right? But Neville saw desire completely differently. He said the very moment you feel a deep desire for something, you already have it. Not in the physical world yet, but in consciousness. And consciousness, as he always said, is the only true reality. Let's slow this down and talk about what that really means. You see, most of us grow up thinking desire is something that points to what's missing. You want money because you don't have it. You want love because you feel alone. You want peace because your life feels chaotic. But Neville said, no. The moment you desire something, that's not life teasing you. That's life revealing to you what's already yours in another level of reality. Let me give you a simple example. You know when you suddenly crave coffee, that craving doesn't appear out of nowhere. You only crave coffee because you know what coffee is. You've already experienced it. That desire is proof that it's available to you. Now imagine that same principle on a much higher level. When you feel a deep desire, maybe to live abundantly, to be free, to be in love, to heal, that's not something outside of you calling you from a distance. That's your higher self saying, this is who you already are. This is the next expression of your being. Step into it. I'll tell you a personal story. A few years ago, I went through a season where everything slowed down. Business was quiet, money wasn't flowing, and I was stuck in that familiar place between faith and fear. You know that space where you tell yourself to trust the process, but you still wake up checking your phone, wondering when things will finally start moving? During that time, I was reading Neville every night, and one night I came across that line again, "To desire a state is to have it." And for some reason, it hit me differently. I thought, wait, if I truly desire success and abundance, it's not because I don't have it. It's because it already exists for me. It's mine already. So I stopped chasing results and I started to feel what it would be like if I already had them. I would go to bed imagining my phone lighting up with new deals, clients, or messages saying, "Congratulations, it's sold." Not as a fantasy, but as if it was happening now. And little by little, my energy changed. That feeling of lack, of waiting, started to fade. Within weeks, things started to shift. New opportunities appeared, conversations turned into deals. But more than that, I felt different. I wasn't waiting anymore. I was already there. That's when I really understood what Neville meant. Let's break this down so it's simple. When Neville says, to desire a state is to have it, here's what he means. The very moment you feel desire, you've already connected to that reality. You've tuned into its frequency, like when you find a radio station. The music was already playing, you just had to tune in. Your 3D world, your physical experience, just hasn't caught up yet, but it will, because once you've connected with something in consciousness, it's already yours. So what is desire? Desire, in Neville's world, is not greed, not obsession, not lack. It's life calling you into your next expression. And what is a state? A state is simply a way of being, a mindset, a mood, a vibration. There's a state of love, a state of wealth, a state of confidence, a state of joy. They all exist right now. You don't create them, you enter them. It's like rooms in a giant mansion. Maybe right now you're sitting in the room of struggle or loneliness, but there's also a room of abundance, a room of love, a room of peace, all right there, waiting for you. So when Neville says, to desire a state is to have it, he means the very moment you feel that desire, you've already opened the door to that new room. You've connected with it. You just have to step fully inside by accepting it as true. Let me tell you another story. A friend of mine, let's call her Sarah, used to say, I just want to feel secure financially. She worked hard, but no matter how much she earned, she always felt on edge, like something could go wrong at any moment. One night, we talked about this Neville concept, and she said, so, you mean when I desire financial security, it means I already have that state available to me? And I said, exactly. You're not supposed to chase it. You're supposed to enter it. So she started doing something simple every morning. Before checking her phone or email, she'd make herself a cup of coffee, sit quietly, and imagine that everything was taken care of. She'd say to herself, I'm safe, I'm secure, money flows easily, and I always have more than enough. She didn't do it like an affirmation. She felt like she was remembering something that had happened. Within a few weeks, as she told me, it's crazy, and the circumstances didn't even change yet, but I feel safe. I feel peaceful. And guess what followed? Opportunities, new income, support, all flowing naturally, because the outer world has no choice but to match your inner state. So let's simplify this whole idea. When you desire something, you've already connected with it in consciousness. It's like tuning the dial on a radio. The moment you feel the desire, you're on that frequency. The outer world just needs a little time to catch up. Your human self feels the desire, but your deeper self already has it. Desire isn't something you create. It's something that rises from within you to remind you who you truly are. Neville said it beautifully. Desire is the promise of its own fulfillment. If you didn't already have it in another dimension of yourself, you couldn't even desire it. Now let's make this personal. Think about something you desire right now. Maybe it's a new home, or a loving relationship, or feeling more confident, more joyful. Whatever it is, pause for a moment and notice how that desire feels inside you. That desire isn't random. It's not a fantasy. It's guidance. It's your higher self pointing you toward the next chapter of your life. You can't desire something that doesn't already exist for you in potential. The moment you felt the desire, it was born in consciousness. So to desire it is to already have it. And yes, and you're absolutely right if you're thinking, so the desire is complete once I feel like I already have it? Exactly. Desire completes itself when you shift from wanting to having, when you stop saying, I hope, and start saying, I am. That's the secret. When you move into the feeling of already having it, you end the cycle of desire. You no longer chase. You no longer crave. You simply become. And once you become it inwardly, life has no choice but to reflect it outwardly. Now let's talk about how you actually live this truth, because this is where most people get stuck. They understand it intellectually, but they don't feel it. Neville always said, Feeling is the secret. So here's a way to bring this into your real, everyday life. Not by the book, but how a real person living a busy modern life would do it. Slow down and soften. You can't feel what you already have when your mind is racing. So maybe tonight before bed, just lie there in the dark and let your body relax. Don't force yourself to meditate. Just exhale. Let go of your phone. Let go of the day. I like to imagine the noise of my thoughts slowly quieting, like the ocean after a storm. You don't have to control anything. Just settle. You're preparing your mind to feel, not to think. Acknowledge the desire. Ask yourself gently, what do I really want right now? Not what you should want, not what the world says success looks like. What do you truly desire? Maybe you want peace. Maybe you want love that feels safe and real. Maybe you want financial freedom, not for status, but to feel ease, to breathe again. Let the desire rise naturally. Don't judge it. That's your soul showing you what already exists for you. Remember the truth now. Remind yourself, the fact that I desire this means I already have it. This is life revealing what's mine. Say it quietly to yourself. Feel how freeing that is. You don't need to chase. You don't need to wait. You just need to accept. Imagine a natural scene. Now don't overcomplicate this. You don't need a movie scene with details. Just one small moment that proves your wish is fulfilled. If your desire is wealth, imagine checking your account and smiling because everything's paid and there's plenty left. If your desire is love, imagine someone texting you, "I'm so grateful for you." If your desire is health, imagine waking up, stretching, and thinking, "I feel so strong." Don't say someday, say this is me. Let that scene play out naturally, as if it's real right now. Feel it real. Now let yourself feel it, not just see it, feel it. The ease, the comfort, the relief, the smile on your face, the peace in your chest. If you can even feel 1 second of, "Thank you, it's done," that's enough. That's the moment the desire completes itself. That's when wanting turns into having. Fall asleep in the state. As you drift off to sleep, stay in that feeling. Don't go back to, "When will it happen?" Stay in the knowing. It already has. Neville called this the state akin to sleep, because when your conscious mind quiets, your subconscious accepts what you feel as fact. And whatever your subconscious accepts, your world must mirror. Here's the beauty of it. You don't have to figure out how it will happen. You don't need to know when. Your only job is to live in the feeling of having it now and let life arrange the details. The outer world is slow. It's like a shadow that follows your inner reality. But once you shift inside, the outer has no choice but to follow. So next time you feel a strong desire, instead of saying, "I wish I had that," try saying, "The very fact that I desire this means it's already mine." Then breathe, smile, and step into the feeling of having it now, because that's when desire fulfills its purpose. Desire isn't here to remind you of what's missing. It's here to show you what's coming, what's already yours waiting for you to notice. When you truly understand that, you stop chasing, worrying, comparing, or waiting. You simply rest in the truth that everything you've ever desired already exists, and it's reaching out to you the moment you feel the longing. That's what Neville meant by, "To desire a state is to have it." It's not a promise of one day. It's a revelation of right now. If you enjoyed this message and it helped you see desire in a new way, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. In the next video, we'll go even deeper into how to stay in the state of the wish fulfilled, how to make it natural, automatic, and effortless. Remember, every desire you feel is a sign that you already have it. Now it's just about accepting it and living as though it's already done. Because in truth, it already is.